night. Rain lashed against the window. Mark, hunched over his keyboard, ignored the storm. Among Us, his go-to escape, beckoned. A notification flashed. An update. Fungle.EXE, it read. Install? He hesitated. This wasn't the usual update. An itch of curiosity, Mark clicked. Yes. The familiar lobby music was gone, replaced by a low, guttural hum. The usual bright colors were now sickly greens and browns. The chat was silent, no playful banter from friends. Unease crept up Mark's spine. He tried to back out, but the game wouldn't let him. He was in. The new map, Fungle, was a labyrinth of overgrown corridors, pulsating with an eerie green glow. Giant, carnivorous plants lined the walls, their leaves dripping a viscous fluid. The vents, usually escape routes, were choked with thick, thorny vines. Mark felt a shiver. This wasn't the Among Us he knew. Alone, Mark started his tasks. The silence was unnerving, broken only by the rustling of leaves and a low, almost inaudible whisper coming from the vents. He swore he saw movement in the shadows, a flicker of something just beyond his vision. His heart pounded in his chest. Panic rising, Mark tried to call a meeting. The emergency button wouldn't respond. He clicked on the leave game option. Nothing. He was trapped. The whispers grew louder, circling him, taunting him. He was alone, hunted in this twisted, organic version of his favorite game. Suddenly the lights flickered. From a vent, a figure emerged. It wasn't the usual cartoonish imposter. This one was a grotesque mockery of the crewmate, its body a jumble of mismatched limbs and colors, its eyes burning with malevolent glee. Mark recoiled in horror. The creature lunged. Mark screamed, falling back from his chair. The screen went black for a second, then flickered back on. He was staring at his reflection, his face pale and contorted with fear. But something was different. His eyes. They glowed with the same eerie green light as the game. The room around him began to distort. The shadows deepened, taking on the shapes of the monstrous plants from the game. The air grew thick and humid, the scent of damp earth and decaying vegetation filling his nostrils. He tried to move, but his limbs felt heavy, unresponsive. A low growl rumbled in his chest, not his own. He looked down at his hands. They were changing, morphing, becoming something else. He tried to scream, but the sound died in his throat, replaced by a guttural chuckle. He was no longer Mark. He was one of them. He was the Fungle.